It's not in tune at all though. My name is Andi Talbot and I'm from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. I'm a full-time artist. I've been on the road now for 3 months, and this is my bus, Bodie. He's a 1990 Chevy Van 30 Thomas school bus. So I'm a visual artist. I started about 6 years ago on Vancouver Island, painting what I love, painting for my photos of surfing and landscapes in the West Coast. I use a lot of vibrant colors, a lot of geometry, a lot of line work. Yeah, it's just very bright and visual and happy. So I guess this story, it kind of started from a result of a few different dreams that I had, and they all kind of came together at once. I didn't really plan it that way. I was going through a massive shift in my life. I probably came out of the, two of the hardest years that I've ever been in before. I just felt stuck and trapped. I've been in a career that I just put all my heart into, and then in the end I realized it wasn't my true passion, so I quit my job. And I was also getting sick of moving in and out of places every single year for the past 15 years. So I just wanted a house that was my own. And then I also wanted to do this trip that I've been dreaming about doing down the west coast of all of North America my entire life. The bus was beautiful because it brought all those dreams together. The idea was to travel to a lot of festivals, set the bus up kind of like as an interactive gallery so I can put all my canvases up outside, inside, put a tent up as well. And in the end, I wanted to almost make the whole thing into a work of art. So I found this bus on Craigslist. A guy had been using it for hunting trips, so the whole outside paint job was brown and green, pretty ugly. It was just spray painted. Yeah, I didn't really know anything about mechanics, and I kind of just hoped to meet people along the way, along the journey that could help us out. The whole reno took me 4.5 months, probably working 10 to 12 to 15-hour days. I watched a lot of videos online. I taught myself how to do all the wiring, do all the plumbing, do all the solar and everything like that. In the end, it was just a lot of trial and error, just overcoming obstacles and overcoming the voice in your head that keeps telling you can't do it. Out of all the things I made on the bus, I'm definitely most proud of the crystal table. It was definitely blood, sweat, and tears with that table. There were so many days where I just thought it was not gonna turn out. I thought I'd ruined it. It took me months to make it. I dug all the rod out. I put all these shells and crystals and stones inside it from all these different trips I've done around the world. And then I put lights inside it to give it some fire and some energy. The heart of the bus is the table. And the hardest part was actually figuring out a way to design it so the table's floating. Under the table, I've got all my art stuff. I've got my paint and brushes and all that underneath there. I'd say the biggest modification would be the top roof rack. Couldn't find any information really on other people that had done it, so I basically had to do the whole thing from scratch. I designed it all with a welder friend, and then used all the pieces of cedar to build a deck on top. The back is a storage for surfboards and for a propane tank and for a solar panel. The concept was to create as much as I could out of recycled materials. So this is all from wood that I found at different mills. So I've got a 20-liter jug here. The gray water's pouring out the back here into a collapsible plastic jug. And it's just hooked up to a little 12-volt pump on the side here. Really simple pump, it doesn't take much power at all. Yeah, I use mason jars, which are fitted into plastic tops, which I screwed in the top there. They've been holding really well. We've driven over 10,000 kilometers now and we haven't had any fallout. I wanted to create a space that we can walk through out here, as well as be able to fold back in again. So I just started on a jackknife bed. So the back is actually the leg when it comes down. So I definitely found that one of the most challenging parts of living on the road has been living in close proximity to somebody else. I've been traveling with my friend now for 3 months, and I'm an introvert, so I really do appreciate my own space sometimes, and when you don't get that, you just have to suck it up and just keep being grateful for all the things that you have on the road and just enjoy it for what it is. And in the end, it's those little things that get to you, they make you a stronger person, and you get through it and you become a lot closer to that person. Some of the payoffs so far on this trip has just been traveling for days in the Baja and then parking next to a beach and being the only person for miles, having your back porch basically 5 feet from the water. I was fishing every day, was surfing every day. Go for a surf, come back from a surf, jumping back in your vehicle, and you're back home again right away. That's kind of what I was dreaming about through the entire winter when I was building through snow and rain and sleet. That was almost the dream had happened already, that it just came real for me. The past 3 months just kind of showed me a different way of living that's exactly what I want in my life. Every morning I wake up and you're in a completely different place with different energy around you. You're tapping into all these beautiful people that you meet. all those different locations and landscapes. Yeah, it gets me back into that slower pace of life where I can like just feel more comfortable and more productive. So I plan on living this lifestyle for as long as I can imagine right now. It's just been going really well. Gonna ride it out and go with the flow and see how it goes.